I always get asked by teachers, how do you not get triggered by misbehavior and remain so calm, patient, and kind with the toughest students? In our trainings, teachers learn that it's not what your students do that gets you triggered or upset, but the meaning you assign to their behavior. Two teachers can experience the same exact behavior, and one takes it personally, gets stressed or angry, but another will remain calm, composed, compassionate, and curious. The difference is that one perceived the misbehavior as disrespectful, defiant, and hateful, while the other saw it as a call for help, connection, and an opportunity to teach a skill like frustration tolerance. So one teacher becomes cynical, judgmental, afraid, or defensive, creating emotions that drive the desire to punish or force compliance. The other is practicing compassionate curiosity, approaching every behavior with curiosity and a deep, sincere interest in finding what needs the student is trying to meet and what skills they need support in. They're curious scientists that are set on understanding the student's needs and behaviors, not with the intent to punish, but to teach them how to be successful. With this mindset, you'll leave your classroom every day feeling more energized than when you got there. Things will bother you less and less. You'll see challenges as opportunities for you and your students to learn from. You'll feel more optimistic, empathic, loving, and grateful for even your most challenging kiddos. You'll build stronger relationships, and students will trust you more. And when we feel better, we do better. Because we know the formula. Happy teachers equal happy students. There are no bad students, just stressed and scared ones. And they're expressing their feelings in the best way they know. If we want them to behave differently, we must see them differently. Remember, it's not our problems that stress us out. It's just how we see them. So change your perception, and you'll change your entire emotional experience. When we choose to see the positive in any challenge, it's called reframing, or cognitive reappraisal, or cognitive restructuring. Teachers who reframe often are less likely to experience unpleasant emotions in the face of student misbehavior. When teachers reframe often, teacher-student interactions are more positive and they react in a more supportive way to students' emotions. Reframing has been found to be the emotion regulation strategy with the best well-being outcomes for teachers and is therefore considered the most effective. So here are 3 powerful ways to practice reframing. Number 1, be compassionately curious instead of critically defensive. See their behaviors in a more compassionate and solution-focused way, like calls for help, connection, and needing skills, versus a way that vilifies them and is problem-focused. Number 2, change your language. Simple shifts in our language affects the meaning we give events, enough to change our mood and energy levels so we can respond more effectively. Instead of pressuring phrases like, I have to teach this class, use grateful statements like, I get to teach this class. I get to do what I love. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Instead of quitting statements like, I can't deal with this student. I can't deal with period 3. Say, I'll figure out how to help them soon, or I'm working on it. Instead of controlling statements like, how can I make them do this? Or how can I get them to stop this? Say, how can I help them blank? Instead of kids, call them kiddos and watch your mood change. Instead of intensifying phrases like, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm so pissed off, I can't believe they did that. Soften the negative emotion with, I'm concerned or peeved. Number 3, practice the 7-day mental diet. For 7 straight days, when you encounter a negative thought, you don't speak of it or entertain it. You just replace it with a more empowering one and stay focused on it. It doesn't mean you won't have negative thoughts because we can't control thoughts from occurring, but we can control what we focus on. Each day gets easier and you become faster and more automatic with reframing. The big question is this: what else could this mean? If someone cuts you off while you're driving and you have the urge to curse them out, instead you focus on being grateful that you drive safely to avoid an impact. Or you think maybe they're rushing somewhere. Or this is just normal to them. Or you pray that they become a better driver. Or you remind yourself that it's not about you, and then there's no need to take it personally. If a student comes in tardy in the middle of your lesson, instead of rushing to judgment and blaming their parents or the child's laziness, you focus on what you can control. You welcome them warmly, get them caught up, and plan to address their tardiness when your and their emotions have calmed down. Another powerful question is, how can I? How can I help this child? How can I be happier right now? How can I improve? How can I respond more effectively?